Hello everybody. So the reason this video didn't come out yesterday is because I was actually going to skip this week and include this week and next week together because I'm trying some new macros and things I wanted to try out with this whole keto low carb vegan thing. But I decided I better do it this week because I'm not going to be home next week. So let me do it now. So this last weekend, I decided that I was going to try something new, and just so you know, it didn't work out very well. Me and my husband, we decided to eat 2 meals a day. We decided not to count carbs at all, just to eat the things that we knew were low carb and stuff, right? Well, Monday morning rolled around, which was yesterday, right? And I was up almost 6 pounds. Now, I can assure you that most of it was the water weight. The reason I know this is because I fasted yesterday and I'm still fasting. I've already lost the 6 pounds. So it was just water weight. But it was the point that my body glommed onto all that extra food that I was giving it and all the extra nutrients. It just glommed on and held on. It's like, ooh, so yeah, I wasn't real happy about that. But it was interesting to find out. My body is not to the point yet where it needs extra food, where it needs to try to maintain or anything like that. My body is still in the fat loss mode, and it behooves me to keep my calories low, to keep my carbs low, and to keep everything the way I was going, keep the weight coming off. So that's where I'm at, back to where I was now. So nothing really exciting to tell about this last week. Like I said, other than the weekend with me trying a few things. I will tell you something I was thinking about the other day, and I actually did a video, and I ended up not posting it because it meandered all over the place. But I did a video because I was in the kitchen, I was putting some groceries away, and I was redoing my spice cabinet, and I started thinking of how different things were now compared to when I started. When I started, I was trying really hard to still live by the tenets of the whole high carb low fat thing. So I was trying to lower my carbs, keep my fats really low, and my proteins about where they were medium. Well, it wasn't working. It just doesn't work that way. I think that's why the first couple of months I was just all over the place. I was losing, gaining, losing, gaining. I was just everywhere, and I did end up with an overall loss for the first couple of months. But it was just everywhere. It was all over the place. I couldn't get it to develop a pattern, right? It was only when I finally said, you know what, stop stressing on the fat and allowed myself to have a half avocado a day, a serving or two of olives, not worry about the oils that are in the faux meats that I choose to incorporate into my diet. It was only when I did that the weight loss started happening regularly, like falling off, like, just tumbling down. And it's far different from the lifestyle I tried to live for, over 5 years, almost 6 years. I tried to do the high carb, low fat ththing, like Dr. McDougall and Greger and Esselstyn and all those doctors advise us to do for our heart health. And I had a plugged artery right here. The carotid artery was plugged, and I have to have a test done I have to have the scan done. I have it done every year. Since I had my stroke, I've had it done twice, and it is smaller. It is less prominent, less obvious than it was a year and a half ago. And my doctor's very encouraged and very inspired by the whole thing, and I am too, because it's funny to me that once I allowed some fats back into my diet without freaking out about them, that started getting better. I don't know how that happened. Is it because I've totally eliminated all the high carb foods, the processed foods and things like that in my diet that were in my diet before? I don't know. I don't know what's doing it, but I'm glad about it. I'm just going to take it and run with it. So if you're trying to do this and you're freaking out, if you come from a high fat, low carb, this is hard. This is even hard. It's hard anyway. Being a vegan and doing low carb or keto carb is so hard. It just is. But if you come from the high fat or the high carb, low fat, it's really hard. It's double hard because you got all these messages that you've been listening to for the last, however many years floating around in your brain. And every time you eat a piece of avocado or some olives or a Beyond Burger or something, you hear their voices in your head. But I just kind of had to let that go and do what I had to do to make this work for myself. So back on the wagon now. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I am playing with some macros for the rest of this week and the time that I'm going to be gone, because I want to learn something about my own body for myself. I'll explain what those are in a later update. But for now, that's it. So I hope you guys all had a good week. I hope everybody's got good numbers. Remember, we have a Facebook group, Vegan Low Carb, if you need some help. And other than that, I guess I'm out. See ya. Maybe.